Hi, this is Kate with Kate's Paper Creations, here to share with you my weekly video and blog featuring current products from the Stampin' Up! Catalogs. Today I am going to be featuring some of the laser cut gold foil specialty designer papers that are in the current catalog, annual catalog. I'll try not to get the glare here too much. And I have separated mine out and put them in bags so that I can see, and there's just all these. I've used a lot of them, so there's not a lot of them left, but you can see there's a whole bunch of different ones. And I'm going to feature out of that this particular design right here. Put white behind it so you can see it. There you go. Just like that. I had someone at one of my workshops the other day mention, I wish Stampin' Up! Had more stencils. And so that made me get to thinking that we really do have things we can use for stencils, and many of these foil designs work well for that. So I'm going to show you what I did and how I used this as a stencil to make this particular card. And I need to cut a piece of cardstock here. I should have done that ahead of time, but I need to cut a piece that is 3 1/4. Get that right where I want it. 3 1/4 by 4 3/4. Which is the same size as this piece of foil. So it will lay on top of here, just like this. And then I'm going to need a piece of scrap paper here. So I guess I'm going to use my blending brush. And I'm going to use Rococo Rose. And I'm just going to hold it in place. You do want to be careful to hold it firmly so that it doesn't move around. And then it's just a matter of rubbing that ink into it. I'll hold it down and move my fingers a little bit. And I don't worry too much about getting the coloring exact or anything. I like the variations in color when I'm done, so that part does not bother me. And it is done. Let's lift it up. Isn't that beautiful? And one thing too is I can take one of my wet wipes and I can just gently rub over this and clean that ink off the foil side. Now, just so you know, you could turn this over and use this white side. The stencil would be opposite, but that doesn't matter. And the ink would stay on this, and then you'd have a pink piece that you could use somewhere else, or you could still turn it over and use your foil. But I used the foil side up, and I just wiped it off, and it's fine. So there is the piece that I'm going to use. Pretty simple. I'm putting it on a note card sized card, which is the 5 by 7 scored at 3 1/2, or you can just buy the note cards and envelopes from Stampin' Up! It's a product that's available. And fold it in half, and we'll burnish that. And I am just attaching it flat to the front. I thought about popping it up and I decided not to. I'm going to just attach it flat. Like that, and get it centered on there. I got a little bit of shading. I'm doing this at night. I don't usually do my videos at night. Okay, so there it is on the front of the card. Then these lovely butterflies, they came from the Butterfly Gala stamp set. It's a returning stamp set. It was with us last year, and it carried over, and I'm just using this particular butterfly set. Now, typically they are attached to one another like like these are. These are attached to each other and they come up, they stamp at the same time. However, I needed mine to be separate for a different project I was doing. So mine was cut in half. And that's just the way it is. Okay. And I am going to stamp the outline part of this with Blackberry Bliss. Just like this. And the little one as well. And then for the filler, I am going to use Highland Heather. And I'm going to stamp it off once because I felt like it was too dark before. Now, this larger one and the smaller one both have two pieces that you can fill the wings with. For the larger one, I'm going to use the two pieces. And like I say, I am going to make sure I've got color on there all the way. I'm going to stamp off, and then I'm going to stamp here. Like that. And that fills that part in. And then we'll do the bottom section, and again, stamp off. Let's do that again. I want to make sure I've got good inking. There we go. And we'll get in here and stamp that. And there's that one. And then for the little one, I just used the single fill. It does have a double one for this as well, but I didn't use it. I'm just going to do it this way. Oh, perfect. Okay, so there they are. And then this coordinates with a stamp, with a punch, to punch them out. And we'll punch out the big one first. Get it lined up. And I primarily focused on getting these two notches in place. And then the rest kind of just falls into place. That should work. There's that one. And then we need to do the little one as well. See if I can't get it to come out. There we go. Then in the stamp set, there are these little tiny body pieces that you can stamp, and I'm going to stamp those on with Early Espresso into the middles of my little butterflies. See if I can do this. There's that one. And let's clean that off and put it away. Get out the larger one for the bigger butterfly. And there's the larger butterfly. So now it has a body. There are also antennas, and if I was just stamping right on and not raising them up, I would probably do the antennas as well, but these are going to be minus their antennas. And they still look totally lovely. I took my bone folder and I actually gave these just a slight curl like that. And then for the attaching of them, I used dimensionals, and I just cut a very, very skinny little piece off the edge here for the two of them. That one should be long enough for the big guy, and that should be about right there. Should be good enough for the small guy. Okay. And we will stick this just in their middles, like that. And then I will just stick it to the front of the card. There's that one. And do this one. Get it on there. You could go the other way too, but there. And now I haven't put a sentiment on. I kind of am leaving that for your creative genius to take root. But there's plenty of room to put a small tag on here and have a small sentiment. Or you could leave the front blank and just put your sentiment on the inside. But there is today's current catalog video featuring the Butterfly Gala stamp set, the laser cut specialty paper, gold foil specialty paper, and note card size. Thanks for stopping by.